And we're back. We're back. Testing out the microphone. 1, 2, 3. And we are grooving. Out here wearing the Yoga for Your Intellect t-shirt. Some merch. That's YFYI. It stands for Yoga for Your Intellect. That's what this is. That's what this channel is all about. Vedanta is Yoga for Your Intellect. And it's also the name of a podcast that I host with my teacher, Joseph, called YFYI, or Yoga for Your Intellect. Anywhere you catch your podcasts. If you want longer form conversations, we've been doing it the last few years, and it's a blast to take the weekly conversations that we would have, and we start doing them, in front of microphones. But we've been doing those conversations for 8 years and started recording them a few years ago. And we got more merch for other people too. You can shoot a DM on Instagram to Yoga for Your Intellect or to Daily Vedantic. And we'll probably just work on Venmo until we get more. I only got 20 of these made. Let's get realized. The back says, oh, it's such a cool design. Let's get realized. Because there's literally nothing else to do. So these puppies just came in. Today I figured we'd do an episode on this very topic. There is the practical side of Vedanta and the philosophy that so many of the daily episodes in the Daily Vedantic cover. And for many people, that is sufficient. That is enough. That's what they're going for. A reorientation philosophically with their worldview, with the world itself, with themselves. That's 90% of the philosophy is around that practical side. Aldous Huxley called it the practical philosophy because it was so damn practical. But you get to the deep end of the pool, and the point of the philosophy is not to be a philosopher. It's not to live with peace, prosperity, whatever you're seeking. Vedanta can help you get those things. But the point of the philosophy is to be free. As Ram Dass said once, he said, the point isn't to be a good meditator. The point is to become free. That is the point of this timeless philosophy. For thousands and thousands of years, all of the practicality, all of the shorthand, and Vedanta can be summed up as a manual for living. But the shorthand ladders up to one goal, and that is liberation. Moksha, nirvana, our concept of heaven, as I've said multiple times in previous episodes, all of these are speaking to the same thing. Limitless infinitude. And we're told it's not just something some of us choose to pursue or some of us attain. We're told that this is the only thing to do in this relative plane. And everything we pursue, like a previous episode, talks about everything that we pursue is either that explicitly, the self, liberation, realization, the realization of who you are, or it's a misguided approach towards the symbol or the symbol of the symbol of freedom. A guy was interviewing with one of the companies I was running a few years ago, and he said that he wanted his goal. So I asked him, what are your goals with your career over the next 10 years? And he said he wanted to earn $10 million so that and I asked him, oh, that's a fairly specific number. Why? He said, well, on interest of that, I could live on just the interest. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. So to live on the interest of that nest egg of $10 million in the bank. And I said, why is that appealing to you? He said, well, at that point I could do whatever I wanted. So he wants $10 million that leads to $600 to $800K in interest on his investments with that $10 million that will pay him each year to do whatever he wants. And he might be in a rat race, or more like a rat wheel, for years and years and years, chasing the capability to do what he wanted. And it's far more entrancing to have some variable that we can call $10 million than it is to spend time even thinking, reflecting, observing what it is we want. But the philosophy is crystal clear. What we want is freedom. And the back of this t-shirt was from a text thread that I had with Joseph once when I said, I was joking around and I said, I think we had maybe like a walk coming up or maybe an episode that we wanted to record. And I said, let's get realized. Or maybe it's a class. But I remember his response, and it's so fun to put this on a t-shirt because his response stopped me in my tracks. This was about a year ago. And I sent it tongue-in-cheek, let's get realized. And he sent a reply back, there's literally nothing else to do. The practical side can level out, can run smooth across your life, but the yearning for freedom and ultimate freedom will never cease. We are told that on this relative plane, that is all we're seeking. We're also told that is our natural state, that is like a spring that is compressed. We're yearning to get back to that natural state that deep down we know is not only attainable as a worthy goal, but is our natural state. And anything short of it feels unnatural because it is unnatural. So the first merch we ever created needed to have the ultimate goal on it, even if it seems tongue-in-cheek to a reader at first glance. It's a reminder that is the point of this entire philosophy, practice, tradition, and I'd argue the entire point of every philosophy, practice, or tradition. It's freedom. It's realization who we truly are. So let's get realized because there's literally nothing else to do. We'll see you next time on the Daily Vedantic.